All right. So inflation numbers, came out very, very weak again today. So just following the numbers that we had last week, let me see if I can show you that. Can I show you that? Can I show you that? Can I see my Chrome tabs? I can't show you that right now, but if you watched the numbers on Forex Factory, right, you would see that we had weaker or lower than expected numbers for PPI. And what does that mean? It just follows what we had yesterday, that inflation for June was weak, and the way the market is reacting to that is sell side. When we have lower than expected numbers for inflation, we would see the yield market do what? We would see the yield market go what? Lower, and then the dollar would chase yield, right? The dollar chases yield, and we see dollar go lower. So today was, a day to kind of um also step back for me, because again my plan has been ruined since yesterday, so I haven't really been able to get back into the flow. Although today I kind of like got with the program of sales but didn't get an entry, so I was with the inner circle for a couple hours, 2 3 hours, and we were waiting for a setup that did not play out, right? And I'll show you that just in a minute, but let's start from DXY. Here we saw DXY follow through with the sell side from yesterday. So we were looking at that yesterday as maybe, the current inflation, like I explained yesterday, we have the Strait of Hormuz banter, going on. Maybe that is going to really override the previous month's inflation data, and we're going to see, continuation here. But again, we're stopped in our tracks. One of the things I want you to understand with continuation direction is that fair value gaps would lead continuations, right? If you are looking for price to continue a particular direction, watch out for the fair value gaps, especially on the higher time frame. So if we look at what has happened on the DXY, we had NFP, lower prices. We had lower job numbers. So the economy in the US is crumbling according to economics, and the market would see that as bearish dollar, right? We saw that. Now we saw all of this dance around, and now we're getting into CPI week. We've returned back into the premium of that range of the NFP week, the first week of the month, and we're seeing downside. Right, so we saw downside yesterday for CPI. We had a little bit of retracement, and PPI does what? Sends it lower. But what I want you to see is the fair value gap. A fair value gap inside of here that price respected very beautifully to aim for more sell side. Right, so bearish dollar we've seen today looked good, right? Somewhere around here, I was looking at it, but what I was waiting for was I wanted to see price return back one more time. And it was because of the pair I wanted to trade G, right? When it broke here, I knew that it was gone for sales. I drew this out, but at this time, GU was GU was gone. GU was, oh geez, look at that. Just look at that. I can't even find my levels again, but GU was gone. I- Like I can't see where my levels are. Okay, okay, I can see where my levels are at now. Right. So this was what I wanted to see. I don't know why my annotations are not drawn out. So when price was here, right here, I wanted to see a return back into this 1 hour OB, and then aim for buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity, right, over here. This was all I was really looking for. I was really looking for just a couple of pips, right? From here all the way to here, 60 pips, 63 pips. That's all I was looking for. But price never came back to that level. I don't trade EU, and EU kind of like had, something going on, but also I wasn't able to take a trade. So again, it's that type of day where you want to see something happen, but it doesn't, right? I was watching EU here. I don't know where all my annotations went to. Right. I restarted my system and I can't find my annotations. Right, but this was what happened. The moment this 1 hour OB was forming, yeah, this particular one, sorry, 1 hour fair value gap. When the moment this 1 hour fair value gap was forming, that was when I caught on with, oh yeah, I know what price wants to do. We want to reach for buy side liquidity. But again, I waited too much. I wanted to see a run back inside of that fair value gap. I saw on the 15 minutes that we already did that here. We already saw that fair value gap. I'll draw it out now. So you see, we already saw that fair value gap hit. It doesn't show on the 1 hour, right? But if you look at the low of that candle on the 1 hour, we're inside of a fair value gap, right? The use of multi-time frames. So we saw price do that and then just move higher, take out these highs. And the question is, are we bullish? Technically, right, we are. We're seeing price already take out old highs on the higher time frame, and that is indicative of buy side, especially for a pair like G. But I want you to be cautious of something. Do not go in tomorrow. I wouldn't go in tomorrow and buy, right? This is not financial advice. I'm really just sharing my thoughts on experience. But do not rush into buys tomorrow, right? If you're going to be buying, wait for it really to be a retracement. I still think this level is solid for sell side. Taking a buy side liquidity and we are adjusting Thursday, right? We could have a Thursday New York reversal going into tomorrow. We've seen buy side right from Monday going into now. Okay, Monday was sell side and then we've seen buy side. It's a very strong candle, but I want you to pay attention to this up close candle, right? Again, the least part of resistance looks like, we're taking out these highs, these equal highs inside of here. But wait for a retracement lower before you look for sales. That's exactly what I would do. I don't trade EU, so let's move forward. Gold. Now, gold has also been very tricky. Also been very tricky. We're still inside of this range I talked about yesterday. The 4 hour, the daily time frame looks bearish. We've not taken out any solid high like EU and GU, and we're seeing them close out highs. But for gold, we're really just, staying here. And if DXY is really bearish, gold likes that story for buy side. Gold likes that story for buy side. But why are we not seeing buy side play out? In fact, we're seeing gold trying to rally and just losing momentum, right? So today, again, when the news release came in at 8:30, right, we saw that spike up. We saw that spike up into this bearish order block, right? The price comes into this bearish order block and gives off this, right? We see sell side on the tape. This is the reason why I like gold is you can sell this. You can sell this. At this point, I was already done. I was tired already. Oh, okay, I think I was watching it here, but wasn't able to get into a trade. What was I waiting for here? I think I was waiting for another run up. I'll show you now. I'll show you now. So this was what I was looking at here. Right, as price was coming down inside of here, I wanted to see one more run to take out this high and return back into these bodies, which happened later. Yes, so this is where I wasn't present. So did all of this. Now, if I was selling from here, that would have been a good trade. Let me show you on the on the 15 minutes so you see what I was saying. So as we were watching, a price was already somewhere down here. So this was what I said to the guys, right? A run above these highs into the bodies here would be a trade for me. So take out that high as buy side liquidity and run. That's just how my model plays. So I wanted to really see that, right? Not that I wasn't already playing here, but I don't like getting in when price is already going, right? It would have still been a good trade if you look at it, but following system is key. So we see price gets into the order block after taking a buy side liquidity, but I wanted this one. Now that he's done it, I'm not sure I trust sell side again because we came all the way down here and respected down close candle, and we have this buy side. We have this run above buy side again. So what I'm really looking at is a run below this low, and I would actively be looking at this. Would put me in a trade, right? I don't know why this has not been working. Doesn't work still now. But this, a run below this low, coming inside of this level, my stop loss stays below this low, right? That's what I want to trade. And I'm putting it out there because tomorrow, if that happens, you'll see me come on here with a trade that's either a win or a loss, right? So I'm looking at this level for buy side liquidity for gold, and we're gonna see, right? Two things will happen. We come down inside of this level and we start to break down this low, and I'll switch again to sell side. And that means this is just playing out well. Or this is how it's going to happen. If we take up this high first, I'll be looking for sales, right? And those sales, I'll be willing to hold until this bullish order block. I'll take partials and then I'll move along. I'm going to manage the trade. I think I like what is playing out now than yesterday. right? If we take our buy side liquidity, I'll be selling, major partials as we get into this fair value gap. But if we come down first, right, then I'll be looking for buy side, looking at this range to hold price into these levels that we have here as a draw. So guys, that's it, very short and precise. And I hope you have a profitable week. I'll see you tomorrow.